On November the 13th of 2024, I posted my first ever YouTube video. That means that last week my channel turned 1 year old. And a little behind the scenes secret is that I actually tried to post that video the day before on November the 12th, but that was the day that I created the channel and YouTube took a few good hours to process the existence of my channel. Before even starting this channel, I decided that on every channel's birthday, I would do a special video to celebrate the existence of my channel and to look back and see how the year has gone, the growth that the channel has experienced, my own personal growth. I have always enjoyed when YouTubers take us to the other side of the stage, so to speak. I really enjoy seeing what goes behind the content that I consume. And so I had the idea that if I ever had a YouTube channel, I would do that at least once a year. So today I'm making that video. I also made cookies to commemorate the birthday. Because I'm trying to multitask a little bit, I am also gonna try to do this puzzle while I speak. And I don't know, I've never made such a long video talking to the camera, so I thought I would be nervous and I better have something to fidget with. Now, I must be honest, when I first started this channel a year ago, I didn't think that I would only manage to post 6 videos in an entire year. I didn't have a specific goal in mind. I started with a very much open mind about how many videos I would make. I didn't have a goal about how many subscribers I would get or views or anything. But still 6 was very disappointing. But even though I feel like I haven't made much progress in this year, I still wanted to make this video because the channel is still turning 1 and there are many things to celebrate. The first thing that I want to celebrate is that even though I only managed to post 2 videos in the first 10 months of this channel, I posted 4 in the last 1.5 months. I challenged myself to post 4 videos in October. I only managed to post 3, but close enough. And in November, I have already posted 1. Then this one is also coming in November, and hopefully, let's cross our fingers, I managed to get a 3rd one up in November. The next thing I want to celebrate is 17 subscribers, and that is why I made 17 cookies. You can all have one. The red ones are strawberry jam and the brown ones are chocolate, although I think you cannot see the difference on camera. I followed Maya's Plätzchen recipe from Fit Green Mind, and they are delicious. I did have a few cookies off camera and then it got really dark and I had to stop filming. So this is the next day and I've already finished the border of the puzzle. But let's continue. So I was talking about celebrating stuff. And another thing that I want to celebrate is that I got not only 1 video but 2 videos with more than 100 views. To be more specific, one of them has 360 something views and the other one currently has 222 views, and that is mind-blowing. A little story time about myself. The first time that I got an Instagram account, I got it against my will. I didn't want to have an Instagram account and a friend of mine made one without my consent and he gave me the password, the account, and everything. I got like 50 followers in the first 24 hours, and I got so overwhelmed that I deleted the account. So yeah, one of the first things that I learned about Instagram is how to delete an account. But with YouTube, it hasn't been like that. I didn't feel overwhelmed at all. Actually, I was pretty excited to see that I was finally not posting for the void anymore, that there were people behind the screen watching and interested in what I was making. And the last thing I wanted to celebrate is that I actually made it. I created a YouTube channel, I posted things online, and I didn't give up. Actually, giving up has never even crossed my mind. Honestly, if for whatever reason I only get to post like once a year and there's no one watching, I still think I would want to do this because I really like it. It's pushing me to create stuff, to do stuff. So yeah, I kept dreaming about having a YouTube channel since I discovered the platform when I was 11. And after many years of thinking about it, I finally made it come true. And if I hadn't done it last year, I'd still be wondering what it would be like. Now let's talk a little bit about the videos that got made during this year, so I can give you a little behind the scenes of every project that I did. So the first video that I posted was on November the 13th, and it was called I Thrift Flipped My Dream Summer Wardrobe, parenthesis, a bit too late. Why a bit too late, you may ask? Well, the video was related to summer clothing, and content creators usually make videos related to a season's clothing before the season even starts or right at the beginning. And when I started filming this, it was the middle of August. So not at the beginning of the summer, but still I had like half of the summer left. But then it took me a lot longer than I was expecting it to film it and to edit everything and to actually make the dream summer wardrobe. So when I finished, it was November, in the middle of fall. So a bit too late indeed. And I used to worry about who's gonna watch a video about summer clothes in the fall. And I also worried about calling it a thrift flipping my dream summer wardrobe, because the items that I upcycled were not thrifted, they were hand-me-downs. But I hand-me-down flip my dream summer wardrobe was not a catchy title. So I lied. I said it was thrifted, but it was actually hand-me-downs. In that video, I upcycled 5 items, and it was the first time that I ever created a new item of clothing. Out of 5, 2 of them were just messing around with the hem, but 3 of them, I basically created a completely new garment, basically from scratch. And I'm still really proud of that. It was very brave for a complete beginner. The quality was, well, as you may expect, not great, but it is perfectly wearable. Actually, I have worn every single piece a few times, and I'm really proud of what I did. I had multiple hours of footage, and editing that was a nightmare because my computer would crash all the time. And also, the intro came out 5 minutes long. So when I posted the video, I got no views in the first 24 hours, which is what I was expecting. But then the next day, I had like 10 views, 1 subscriber, and 1 comment. And then the video kept growing for the next few days until it got like 30 something views and a new subscriber and 1 more comment, but the older subscriber unsubscribed. And in that video, the intro and the outro were the last things that I filmed, and I, for some reason, had bangs. I almost forgot that I had bangs for a few months. And then the second video, the first thing that I filmed was the intro, and that's why I still had bangs, but not at the end, because the ending was the last thing that I filmed. So this video was called I Made a Miniature House for My Keys, in which I created a miniature house for my keys using recycled items, so mostly trash. And I'm also really proud of the outcome. It is being used every single day. It's not only a beautiful piece of art in my entryway, it is also functional. It stores keys. And for my first ever miniature, I'm also really proud. I very much enjoyed making miniatures, and I will make more in the future. About the behind the scenes, I had to post that video 3 times because I had problems crediting the music that I had used in the background. So I had to delete it 3 times and then post it again, and I guess YouTube didn't like that. And also, being a very small channel and my first video maybe not performing as well as it should have for YouTube standards, my second video did not perform at all. It got like 3 views in the first day and then nothing else. Absolutely no watch time, so the people that clicked on the video didn't watch it. And then YouTube left it there. And when I say it got no views, I mean no views, because I haven't told about my channel to anyone. Basically because I would be really uncomfortable if I knew that all my family members, friends, and acquaintances are watching what I do on the internet. Maybe in the future, if I can avoid telling them, then I will for as long as I can. So yeah, I solely depend on the algorithm to get views, and if the algorithm doesn't treat my video well, then I get absolutely no views. And that is what happened. YouTube only showed my video, so the thumbnail, to like 50 people, which is very, very low compared to any of my other videos. So editing this one was even harder than the other one. It had even more hours of footage. My computer would just not take it, so I had to divide the video into 3-minute chunks and then edit those chunks, then put it all together to create a single video, which was not fun at all. So between my first video and my second video, there was a 4-month gap, a hiatus, and between my second video and my third video there was even a bigger hiatus of 7 months. So now to my third video, that was called Crocheting Tapestries for the First Time. So I filmed that video in August, but I didn't post it until October because I didn't start editing because I was already busy with my next video. So in that video I crocheted 2 tapestries. The first one I crocheted back in February, and the other one I started to crochet in June, then I quit, and then I pick it up back again in July, and I finish it in August. Then I filmed in August, and then I didn't start editing until October. But yeah, the filming part, the main part of the video, it only took me 1 day to film it and less than a week to edit the entire thing. So much less than my other 2 videos. It was so easy to edit. My computer was behaving so well. A big change, honestly. I love the final results. I know they're not for everyone's taste. I really like them. They are statement pieces in my living room. And I am also proud of how they came out. It was my first time crocheting tapestries, as the title said. I'm happy with the end result. When I posted this video, it got like 30 something views and no comments, no likes, but I am sure that there's at least one person that watched until the very end. I can kind of see it in my statistics. My next video, No More Buying Yarn, I'll Crochet With What I Have, came out only a week later, even though the crochet part, so the project that I was making in that video, took me 25 days. But those videos came so close together because I didn't start editing any of them until I had filmed both of them. After posting the crochet tapestry video, I only had to edit the next video, and that's why they came so close together. So in that video, I crocheted a bunch of amigurumis and other things. Super proud of how they came out. They are beautiful. And about the title of the video, I was thinking about something else, something like stash busting my yarn stash or something like that. But while the video was being uploaded to YouTube, which took like an hour, I watched another video about the same topic because I was really into the topic. That's why I made the video. And someone in the comments said, I'm never gonna buy yarn again. I can knit with what I have. And when I read that, the light bulb in my brain turned on and I was like, that is gonna be the title of my video. So I reworked it a little bit. And when I hit the post button, I had a good feeling about it. But in the first day, it got like 3 views maybe. And then the next day, nothing. And then the next day, nothing. And then the next day, nothing. Was a bit disappointed. And then on the 5th day, if I remember correctly, I checked and then I suddenly had 160 something views and 7 subscribers and 1 comment. I was over the moon. And it kept growing for the next like 10 days until it got 360 something views, and then it stopped almost completely. And I started to think that at the rate that it was growing, I was going to reach my first 1K, but it didn't happen. It stayed at 360 something. And to this day is my best performing video. My next video, starting Project Pan, my art supply stash, was posted exactly 7 days after the last one, but only because I already had recorded the footage weeks in advance. So I only had to edit it and put it together and film the intro and the outro. So I wanted to make that video for months, And when I saw my stash, like the entire whole of it, I felt really ashamed and I was not motivated to continue making that video anymore. But I decided to just go for it and be honest and do it. Just finish it and publish it. And yeah, you can probably notice that in my outro I was not very happy, or at least I can see that. And also editing the video, I was also not very motivated. I just wanted to be done with it. So that video performed really well from the get-go, probably because the previous video was in its peak, and so that probably helped my YouTube channel to get more views. Also, the thumbnail, I think it's quite good compared to my first 2 or 3 thumbnails. That one was a bit better. In the first day it got 50 views, and then it kept growing and currently has 222 views, and it's the only one that it's still getting views in my channel. And the next video that I'm going to talk about, it's the last one, and for that one I had to start from scratch. I didn't have previously recorded footage or anything. And in that video, I wanted to digitize my entire closet. Now, I tried to do this back in March, but I ditched that video. So even though I was starting from scratch, I still wanted to finish that video in 1 week. So plan it, script it, record it, edit it, everything in just 1 week. The problem that has worried me the most about posting consistently on YouTube is that in my videos, I always make something like a project, and those projects are the ones that take me a lot of time. Like in my first 2 videos, it took me like 3 months to sew my dream store wardrobe. In my second video, it took me 4 months to make a miniature house. In the next video, it took me more than 2 months to make tapestries. And with this one, the one about digitally cataloging my entire closet, I thought that it was doable in 1 week. Digitizing the catalog, filming it, and editing. But procrastination got in the way, and then I got really sick. And basically, I took a 2-week hiatus, which was not planned. But still, I am happy that I got 3 videos out in October, and that one came out in November, but it's fine. This one did not perform as well as the previous 2 videos. It has a 1% click-through rate. And compared to the one that performed really bad, where YouTube was not showing it around at all, this one is being shown around, but apparently to the wrong people, to people that are not interested in the topic, and so most people are not watching it. But it still got 38 views, 4 likes, and it got me, I think, 2 new subscribers. So the people that are watching it, I feel they are liking it, which is what matters. So I feel like I've made it out of the void. Even if I make something and YouTube doesn't take it really well, there's still gonna be someone, at least someone, that watches until the very end of the video and potentially even gives me a like. And that is great, because the first 3 videos at the beginning, they got no views. Or if they got views, no one watched until the end, so my watch time was 0. But after a few days, YouTube gave up on that video and it's now frozen. It's getting absolutely no views, even though the other 2 are getting at least a few views a week. And those are all the 6 videos that I have made. I did start a few more videos that I ended up ditching, and I want to talk a little bit about them. So the first one is the previous version of the Digitizing My Closet. I filmed that in March, but then I got really sick, and then winter was basically over, and I was focusing the video on winter clothes. So the time for that video was gone, and I ditched the video. Also, the footage was really, really bad. But luckily, I took back the project and filmed the same video again, and that is now posted on my channel. The second video that I did was one about decorating my house, my living room, to be more specifically. In that video, I was gonna crochet tapestries. I was gonna press some flowers to make some art for my walls, and I was also repotting a few plants. Now, the part where I crochet the tapestries, I recycled that into my video about tapestry crochet. The part where I repotted the plants, the footage was really bad, and also I ended up only repotting one plant, so there's not much to it. In the pressing flowers part, it went really bad. I gave it, I don't know how many tries, like 3, 4, 5 tries, and they all came out really bad. And then spring was over, so no more flowers. I will probably try pressing flowers again, but not for now. And about home decor, my next video is gonna be about home decor. So the video was not completely ditched. I recycled some parts of it, and the idea of decorating my home is still very much in my head, so there will be videos about that. The third video was about phone detox. So I am not longer using this phone. I've switched to a phone that is not a smartphone because I'm trying to grow past my phone addiction. And I started to make a video about starting that journey. It's now been a few months, and I filmed the entire video that I had planned, and I even edited most of it, but I ended up ditching the video. I don't know why. I just didn't feel like it anymore. But maybe in the future I could make a video about that journey. I still have a long way to go in that journey about growing over my phone addiction. So maybe in the future I can make a video about that. But if I don't really feel like it, then who cares? The fourth video was a get ready with me for an event. I was gonna wear this beautiful green dress, and I had plans to alter it a little bit, and then I also wanted to figure out what to do with my hair and my makeup, and I was gonna make a video about that. But after closer inspecting the dress, I decided not to alter it, and I still tried to figure out what to do with my hair, and I failed multiple times. I ended up giving up. I ended up not wearing that dress and not doing anything to my hair. The video didn't get done because the project didn't get done. However, I will be attending another event next year, and I think I will wear that dress, and so I could make another get ready with me. The fifth video was about learning languages. I wanted to get a C1 certification in 3 languages at the same time. And I was only gonna give myself a year, a bit less than a year. Now, I started, I filmed the first day, and then I gave up both on the video and on the project of learning languages. Now, I don't really have much choice about it. I still have to learn at least 2 languages. I need to get at least 2 C1 certifications. I don't even want to. I have to do it because I've made promises to people. I've been procrastinating it a lot. Now I only have until May to learn 2 languages and to a C1 level. Wish me luck. Maybe I'll take you through the journey in one video, possibly. And finally, the starting project pen video. I filmed most of it a month before, and I ended up ditching the footage because it was really bad. But then I filmed the entire thing again, and I didn't really ditch the project. It's still there. There's a video about that already on my channel. So yeah, that's the cemetery of videos that didn't get done, or that got done, but I had to start over again. In the last section of this video, I want to talk about the hard truths that I learned about YouTube. I obviously have learned a bunch of more positive things just by trial and error and experience, but I wanted to talk about the shocking things that I've learned that have reshaped my way of thinking about YouTube. The first thing that I've learned is that it takes a long time to make a video, especially if you are making something like sewing, crocheting, crafting, anything. It is not really compatible with weekly uploads, but I want to try it. Before beginning to film my first video, I had all the materials ready for my second video because I thought I would finish the entire thing in just 1 week, and then I would have to be ready to jump into the next project to have a video ready for the next week. The hard truth was that I wouldn't post my first video until 3 months after starting it, and that I wouldn't post my second video until 7 months after that. The next thing that I learned is that talking to a camera is really hard, especially at the beginning. Filming the intro and the outro of my first video, I was sweating and about to have a mental breakdown. I have such a bad time, and that worried me, but with time it got better, especially with all the videos that I filmed and the ones that I filmed but never finished. I feel I've gotten better, but still I have a lot to improve. The other thing that I learned, and that one is related to my last one, is that my English speaking abilities are not as great as my other abilities in English. I never got much speaking practice in English, only those stupid practice dialogue in school. So not really getting much real use of my speaking abilities. It was really hard, and it still is, to express my ideas in front of a camera in English, which is not my first language. The next thing I learned was what it feels like posting for the void, putting a lot of effort and time into a project, a video, and then getting no views, no likes, no comments, no subscribers, nothing. It didn't feel great, because when I post on here, it's because I want to find a community of like-minded people that enjoy the things that I enjoy, and to find some sort of human connection, even if it's just through a comment section on YouTube. But I am certain that if I keep posting, especially if I keep posting regularly, the people will find me eventually. And I feel like my last couple of videos are starting to get out there, and it felt great, as I mentioned before. The fifth thing is that views don't really matter. Hear me out. When you watch a video till the end and you see that that video has like 100 views, you assume that another 100 people have watched the video until the end, like you have. But the reality is that a good chunk of those views drop within the first couple of minutes, meaning that out of the people that click on the video, many of them will stop watching after the first minute or second minute, or even earlier than that. And then out of the people that keep watching after that, a good chunk of it will not watch until the end. And this happens to every video on this platform, to every single creator, but in very different proportions. In my best performing video, a quarter of all the people that click the video kept watching until basically the end. That's great. But in my worst performing video, only a 15% kept watching after the first minute. And I know that 15% of people by name. They are basically me from a different account and my partner. So when I say that views don't matter, I mean that to a creator, what we really care about is people watching at least half of it. So if out of 100 views, only 5 people watch until the end, then what matters to me is that 5 people watch my entire video, and not that 100 people clicked on it and then basically clicked out of the video. Although you can learn a lot from that, but that takes me to the next point, and that is, it is really easy to obsess about analytics and about the tips that you can hear on channels about growing on YouTube. And I'm not saying that the advice they give is not useful. Actually, I've learned a lot about watching those videos. What I'm saying is that it is really easy to start wondering if the lack of growth in your channel might be entirely your fault. Maybe because the thumbnail wasn't perfect, the title might not have the best search engine optimization, the intro might have been too long, the video was not interesting enough. Am I bringing value to my viewers? Is the entire concept of my channel not appealing to the algorithm? What will happen if I don't stick to a niche? Do I even want a niche? And you have to remind yourself to stop. I only have 6 videos on my channel and 17 subscribers, but if they give you the information, you cannot look away. It's inevitable to obsess, even if it's just a little bit about it. So it is now time to finish this video. If you are still watching, you deserve more than a cookie. Final words, I am really proud of what I have accomplished with this channel, and I am really excited to see what's to come. I am going to try to post more consistently like I've been doing for the past month and a half, but I cannot make any promises because that might be out of my control. But I am sure if I'm able to keep that up, and only if I'm able to keep that up, my channel will grow, and by next year I will be making more than just 17 cookies. And I hope we can see each other then. I know this video was very long, but I tried to ignore all those ideas about the video being too long, not too engaging, not too interesting, blah blah blah. I just really wanted to make this video, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you next week. And have a really nice week, and goodbye.